Scallop fishing is a fairly common activity in the moderately deep seas where scallops live. To catch scallops, fishermen often use different means and techniques, depending on local conditions. One of the popular methods is to use nets or rakes, which are dragged across the seabed to harvest scallops. The nets are specially designed to hold the scallops without damaging their shells. In addition, some fishermen also use the diving method to harvest scallops, by diving into the sea themselves, finding and collecting each scallop by hand or with special tools. The fishing process requires patience and technique, because scallops often hide under sand or rocks. After being caught, scallops are usually stored in cold conditions to keep them fresh, serving the domestic and export markets. Scallop fishing must also comply with regulations on marine resource protection, ensuring that the number of scallops exploited does not exceed the species' natural regeneration capacity. To protect scallop resources and ensure sustainable development, fishermen often comply with strict regulations on fishing size and season. For example, scallops are only allowed to be caught when they have reached a certain size to reproduce, avoiding overexploitation that affects the regeneration of the species. In addition, some areas also prohibit scallop fishing during the breeding season, when scallops are concentrating on reproduction, to help them develop naturally. Modern fishing techniques also use mechanical means such as specialized boats equipped with modern equipment such as rakes, or nets with automatic pulling systems. Helping to increase fishing efficiency while ensuring environmental safety. However, the use of these means also poses challenges in protecting the marine environment, because if not well controlled, it can damage other marine life or erode the seabed. In addition to providing a food source, scallops are also an important resource in the tourism industry, as many visitors come to coastal areas to participate in scallop catching experiences, learn traditional techniques, or enjoy scallop dishes. This contributes to the economic development of coastal areas, but at the same time requires reasonable management to ensure a balance between exploitation and conservation, to ensure the sustainable development of the scallop fishing industry. Many localities have implemented programs to conserve and restore marine resources. Some places have established marine protected areas, where the fishing of scallops and other seafood is limited or suspended for a certain period of time to allow species to reproduce and regenerate. Artificial scallop farming projects are also being developed. helping to reduce direct exploitation pressure from nature and provide a stable supply to the market. In addition, it is necessary to promote and raise public awareness of the impacts of overfishing, and the importance of protecting the marine environment. Fishermen and related organizations need to cooperate closely with the authorities to ensure compliance with regulations on marine resource protection, as well as develop scientific and effective methods of catching and cultivating scallops, along with efforts to protect marine resources. Scientific research on scallops also plays an important role in better understanding their growth and reproduction habits and the environmental factors affecting their development. Through these studies, scallop harvesting and farming methods can be improved, helping the scallop fishing industry develop sustainably, both bringing high economic benefits and protecting the marine environment for future generations in addition to conservation and farming measures. The application of advanced technology also plays an important role in improving the efficiency and sustainability of the scallop fishery. Underwater sensors, autonomous vessels and remote monitoring systems help fishermen pinpoint the exact location of scallop concentrations, thereby minimizing the impact on areas without scallops or areas that are protected. These technologies also help reduce risks and costs for fishermen, while improving productivity without affecting the resource. In the future, the development of circular economic models in the scallop fishing and processing industry will also help create many sustainable opportunities. For example, unusable parts of scallops, such as shells, can be used to produce building materials, organic fertilizers, or even as raw materials for cosmetic products. This not only reduces waste but also opens up new markets for scallop byproducts, creating added value for the entire supply chain. In addition, building community models to participate in the conservation and development of scallop fishing through cooperatives or cooperatives will also help increase people's participation in protecting marine resources. When fishermen have rights and responsibilities in managing and protecting marine resources, they will be motivated to maintain their profession in a sustainable way and develop long-term. In short, the development of the scallop fishing industry depends not only on technical and technological factors but also on public awareness, marine resource protection policies and close cooperation among stakeholders. When all elements are coordinated in a harmonious way, the scallop fishing industry will be able to develop strongly, bring stable economic benefits, and at the same time protect and restore precious marine resources for future generations. Another important factor in the sustainable development of the scallop fishing industry is the development of international standards and certifications related to scallop products. Certifications such as sustainable seafood or environmental protection certifications can help consumers identify and choose products from responsibly exploited or farmed sources. This not only benefits consumers but also helps businesses in the industry build brands, enhance product value and access international markets with high requirements for quality and environmental protection. Another aspect is the development of ecotourism associated with the scallop fishing industry. Coastal areas with developed scallop fisheries can exploit their tourism potential. Organize sightseeing tours, experience scallop fishing or marine ecological research activities. Tourists can join scuba diving trips to admire the biodiversity of underwater ecosystems and learn about measures to protect scallops and other marine species. Ecotourism not only brings income to fishermen and local communities, but also raises public awareness of marine environmental protection. However, for the scallop fishing industry to develop sustainably in the long term, there needs to be close coordination between state management agencies, scientific research organizations, fishing communities and businesses, building an effective management and monitoring system, along with strict enforcement of regulations on exploitation and protection of resources, is essential. In addition, improving exploitation methods and minimizing negative impacts on the environment and marine ecosystems are also indispensable factors to maintain the development of the industry. Finally, international cooperation in the protection and management of marine resources is an indispensable factor in the context of climate change and the current decline of natural resources. Countries need to work together to build common conservation policies and strategies, share information and experience to protect important seafood species such as scallops. Helping to maintain marine resources for future generations. Scallop fishing is a traditional occupation mainly carried out in shallow seas where scallops live. One of the popular methods is to use sea rakes, a specially designed tool with a steel rake, dragged across the seabed to harvest scallops. Fishermen often use boats or small canoes to travel to areas with a lot of scallops, then use a rake to drag across the seabed, where scallops often hide under sand or rocks. In addition, some fishermen also apply the method of diving, finding and harvesting scallops by hand or special tools such as pliers or net baskets. After being caught, scallops are brought onto the boat, cleaned and immediately stored in cold conditions to ensure quality. However, scallop fishing requires high skills and experience, because scallops often hide very deep under sand and rocks, requiring patience and a keen eye to find them in addition to the raking and diving methods. Some modern fishermen also use modern fishing equipment such as boats equipped with detectors, which help to accurately determine the concentration of scallops. These devices help increase work efficiency and reduce search time, thereby increasing exploitation output without having to impact the marine environment too much. However, the use of mechanical equipment also requires strict compliance with regulations on marine environmental protection, to avoid damaging the ecosystems on the seabed, such as coral reefs or other marine species. An important factor in scallop fishing is to protect marine resources and avoid overexploitation. To ensure the sustainability of the industry, many areas have issued regulations on the minimum size of scallops allowed to be caught and the prohibited season to protect scallops during the spawning period. Fishermen also need to comply with the requirement to only catch scallops large enough to reproduce, thereby maintaining the regeneration and development of the species. These protection measures not only help maintain marine resources but also protect the marine ecosystem, helping the scallop fishing industry to develop sustainably and stably. In addition, the management and supervision of the scallop fishing industry is becoming increasingly important, especially in the context of increasingly serious impacts of climate change and marine pollution. Therefore, there needs to be coordination between fishermen, state management agencies and environmental protection organizations to ensure that scallop exploitation does not adversely affect the marine ecosystem, while bringing economic benefits to the fishing community and the marine economy in general. In addition to efforts to protect the environment and manage marine resources, an important factor in the development of sustainable scallop fishing is the application of science and technology to the exploitation and farming process. Research on the growth and reproductive habits of scallops helps fishermen and scientists better understand the habitat and factors that affect their development. For example, research on the depth, temperature and salinity of seawater helps identify ideal areas for scallop farming and exploitation, thereby optimizing work efficiency while protecting the environment. In addition, scallop farming models in artificial conditions are also being applied in some areas.